Hi, I'm Diane Blazek, Executive Director with National Garden Bureau. And here with me today is Jeannine Bogard, our NGB Board President from Syngenta, and Deb Wiley, our special guest from Garden Communicators International. And Deb, I will toss it over to you so that you can get this underway, which is our big announcement for our members about what GardenComm just bestowed on National Garden Bureau this month.
It's a huge honor. Hi, everyone. I am the chair of the Garden Communicators International Honors Committee, and I would like to congratulate National Garden Bureau on being awarded the Wilfred J. Young Distinguished Service Medal. And this award is presented to a GardenComm allied trade member that, as a company, has promoted gardening in North America, helped expand the profession of garden communications, and has supported the overall objectives of GardenComm and its membership. And in my opinion, this award was long overdue for NGB. Congratulations.
Well, thank you, Deb. This is really an honor and a surprise also. We weren't expecting this by any means, but boy, you know, when we put so much effort out into working with the garden community and our members and outreach to the garden communicator community, this is a real honor to be recognized with this award. I'm speechless.
Well deserved.
Thank you.
And I will reiterate that, Deb, when you called me, it was just kind of like, oh my gosh. It was one of those moments. And it is just so rewarding to be recognized for something we've been doing for 102 years. And I wish our founder, James Burdett, I wish he was here to share this award because of the fact that he also was a journalist and he worked for seed companies and he wanted this nonprofit organization that was going to be here to educate and inspire consumers. And that is still what we're doing today, but we couldn't do it without GardenComm. So all in all, it's just like it's come full circle.
Yeah.
Well, NGB does so much for garden communicators in helping us promote the good work of gardening. And one of the key aspects of this medal is the recipient's promotion of gardening. Can you tell us how NGB does that?
Yeah, it depends how much time we want to spend. But we do have several programs that have been in place since our founding. So the basis of our organization that Mr. Burdett founded us on is both education and inspiration. So we continue to do that by writing press releases, writing blogs, creating social media posts, and continuing some of our important programs like New Plants and Year of.
Yeah, in addition to that, I think it's really key to the heart of the organization is the passion our membership has for supporting the gardening community out there. And we're able to use our resources as a platform to get the message out. And it's really important that we connect our NGB members to the GardenComm community as resources and subject matter experts. And by doing that, we can help provide you support material for content creation and just make sure that the right message is getting out there from the experts, and we're more than happy to provide connect people together so that they can actually put together the best message forward in your writings and stuff. But it's always been part of our mission, just to make sure that we get good sound garden information out there.
That is really important that these things be reciprocal, but also that our members get the information they need that is accurate. And that's our goal. Now, I understand you guys have some newer programs for garden promotion. Can you tell us about those?
Yeah, one of the more recent ones that we've committed to has been the Green Thumb Award. And last year was our inaugural year with taking over the program from a previous organization. And it's been pretty interesting seeing the excitement people are having towards this program. And the Green Thumb Award recognizes innovative and unique plants and products that bring a certain element or a new element to the garden and bring forward qualities that make the garden experience even better. And it's all about the experience when you think about it in the garden. And it's really exciting to be able to present these products to the garden community. We've had products submitted in 5 different categories covering annuals, perennials, shrubs, edibles, and hard goods. And this year, ta-da, we're expanding to include houseplants. So we're pretty excited about that since it's a pretty important class out there with a lot of new plant parents coming into the market. The 2023 Green Garden Award will be announced this coming December. So we all look forward to seeing what's new and exciting.
It's always fun when we're on this end of the process and the distribution chain where we get to see all this new stuff that's coming out. So it's pretty easy to get excited about it. Speaking of excitement, 2 of the other things that we started doing within the last year and a half or so is our Ask the Experts webinar series. And it's amazing. You know, we have our members serve as panelists for these virtual webinars, and I think both years we were right around 4,000 new consumers that were registering for and attending our webinars. And again, going back to that good content, that's what our members are doing. They're providing really good content. And we look at the list and we see how many GardenComm members are attending our webinars. And that's amazing. And it's awesome and something we really enjoy doing for the entire industry. The other thing we started doing is a mat release, which is basically a newswire press release. And the one that has done the best in most recent years, it was called Thank a Breeder. So the whole concept was, if you have a garden that's performing really well, you should thank a breeder. And then we went on to explain what the new breeding work is, you know, what's happening among new varieties and things like that. And that particular release got 250 million impressions.
Yeah, that's pretty good, isn't it?
That's incredible. Well, you know, I've been a member of GardenComm for more than 20 years. And one of the things that I look forward to the most in the educational programming is the new Plants Talk that you help sponsor. Can you tell us a little more about that?
Yes, it's very exciting. It's very nerve-wracking putting it all together and gathering this information from our members, but it all just makes sense because it's what we're doing day in and day out, is working with the breeders, going out to spring trials and veggie trials and stuff like that. So this program is really, it's for more than just garden communicators, but I think they're like that first line that really use it. So it's a way to pass the information on that we get from the breeders saying, these are the new varieties that are going to be available next year. Because if you talk to anybody in the industry, what their customer asks, the first thing is always, what's new?
What's new?
So this way, we are able to take the information from our members and present it to the garden communicators and do it several months before it actually is live on our website. So the garden communicators hear about it, retailers, it's a great resource for retailers. And then once we do launch it, make it live to the public, then the consumers can go on and go, oh, this is new. This is really cool. This is unusual. I'm going to ask for it. I'm going to order it, whatever the case might be. So yeah, it's something that we will continue to do. And it's very important, I think, for both organizations to come together on this program.
Yeah, you know, and then the other aspect of it is what goes on behind the scenes, behind the new plant introductions or the plant talk. And the relationship that NGB has with the plant breeders is pretty tight. I want to call it tight. I mean, we're joined at the hip many times of the year. And it's really nice that when Diane and her crew comes through and they're able to go behind the scenes and kind of get that inside story. And I think that comes out in these plant talks, so like presentations many times, is the inside knowledge that she's acquired over the years as she's visited these products under development, and then to see them come to fruition is really, really nice. So, but I think it's that insider view that we're able to provide as an organization to GardenComm, so they kind of get the scoop a little bit before everybody else. It's kind of nice. I enjoy it.
It's really important. You know, I work in the print industry, but other members work in other mediums. But for print, you know, we're working so far in advance. And so getting that insider information early enough to make it into print at the time of your releases has been really, really important. Diane, you mentioned spring trials, and I know that you've taken a number of GardenComm members. How does that work?
Well, this is one of those, like light bulb moments where one time we had this idea and we were like, okay, we need to continue our outreach. We need to continue to build it up, work more with the members of GardenComm. We know that there's a lot of people out there that are working on print, they're working on blogs, they're working, social media, photographers and everything like that. So what we did was honed in on some of the members that were really active in ornamentals and annuals, perennials. And then there was another group that was working on the vegetable edible side. And so we arranged these trips where our plant nerds went along with us to these trials. We were able to introduce them to the breeders like Jeannine. We walked through her trials. She has wonderful information from a breeder. I mean, when you work for a breeding company, a lot of additional information that all of us can use. I mean, Jeannine talks about the zipper on a tomato, that is a result of wind. I never knew that. But that's the type of thing that we did when we took garden communicators with us to each one of these trial events.
Yeah, and it's been kind of fun over the years, and we actually had a nickname for the group that came through, and we called them the NGB Plant Nerds, and it's kind of a badge of honor in a way, And we go through there,
Definitely.
and it was kind of exciting to see them pull up in the driveway, and it's like, oh God, what do we got today to show these folks, and what kind of energy levels they are? But it's really magical when you see people step onto the property, into the greenhouse, or into the field for the first time. And you just see their faces just light up, because I don't think a lot of folks out there in the industry really understand what goes on behind to develop a variety, or the marketing involved and all this fun stuff that goes on. And it was like seeing people, like kids in a candy shop, and it's like, oh, shiny thing, bling, 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 bling. And this is like keeping everybody together was always a challenge. But it was the conversations that ensued that were always lively. And it helped both the breeders and the communicators get a better understanding of the market. We talked about consumer trends that everyone was seeing on both sides of the business, and then also making sure that the communicators, by the time they left, they had a better understanding of what went on to create all this beauty that they've just observed. So it has been fun. It has been fun.
Well, plant nerds are us.
That's a good motto to have. Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of a badge of honor.
Yeah, for sure. I understand you're doing something new at GardenComm called the Author's Book Party. I'd like to hear more about that.
Have you noticed new is kind of a theme throughout this whole conversation, which is great.
Yes.
We all have to come up with new ideas, right? So this one came out of the GardenComm organization from the membership committee, and membership committee got together, called me, and we were just like, okay, I think this idea could be a really good member benefit for especially the book authors who are members of both organizations. So we know what happened during COVID. In-person book signings went away, and that was a source of a lot of revenue for the book authors. So we said, let's do something virtually. So we got together this book party. We have 4 authors and we have a moderator, and we spend about an hour and 15 minutes, and it is fun. It is fast paced. I mean, the authors probably will tell you it's hard to fit in what they are asked, because we give them like 60 seconds, boom, 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 boom. So it's very fast paced, but it was very successful. We had one this spring. Now we've got another one coming up in November. And then it looks like we'll continue to have these in the future, 2023 and beyond.
Yeah. This connects well with our mission of educating people. And also we want to, we stand strongly behind creating a community of garden experts, and the authors are part of that expert pool that we're working with. And it's really important that we work together. But I think NGB provides a really good platform to showcase the GardenComm authors, and the garden the garden communicators, but it's also that the book party, it appeals to readers who really want to meet the authors, but they can't afford to travel or can't get out of their houses. So being a remote event, I think moving forward, we're going to see much more of these coming along where people are willing to participate. They can carve out a half an hour, 15 minutes to participate in something they really enjoy. And people who read really like to meet the authors. So I think this is a wonderful opportunity for both organizations moving forward. Let's keep these book parties going.
Yeah, I think that's really cool. You're right. People do like to meet the authors. And, if you can't be at the event, doing it that way is the next best thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you've covered quite a lot of things. Is there any other thing you'd like to talk about? Other ways you're supporting GardenComm?
Well, fortunately, my term as a national director, I've served 6 years. That is coming to a close. Thank you. I think I received more than I gave. That's one of my goals for a lot of my board members, for our organizations. But it's extremely valuable anytime you're working with really good organizations. You can learn from the other people that are on the board. You can learn from the officers. I learn stuff from Jeannine every time we talk. But yeah, I gave my 6 years there, and now we have somebody really good coming on as the national director for Region 3. But of course, we are a supporter, we are a sponsor, exhibitor, attendee of many of the events that GardenComm does. And just, from a personal standpoint, I like the people in GardenComm. They are really wonderful people to work with and very grateful.
Yeah. And then just building on that, there's so much going on in our industry right now. I think we're at a refreshing point in time and relating to gardening, where we have all these new gardeners coming into the marketplace and who are really embracing plant material and all the things involved with making those plants happy and healthy out in their garden space, whether it's indoor or outdoors. So I think there's a lot of opportunities moving forward here, but I think the big thing is that COVID has really forced businesses and professionals and organizations to think outside the box and explore different ways and innovative ways of collaborating and working together. I mean, the digital age is here, and I think there's a lot of opportunities for us to work together in the future in different ways that are just as effective as being face to face. And I think that's the one thing that I've learned over the last few years of lockdown is there's ways to connect. And I think that moving forward, we need to look at these and explore different opportunities for the communicators and for the NGB. And if you look at the two organizations, the NGB membership are the experts. They work for the breeding companies and the manufacturers and the developers of all these cool products. And then you have the GardenComm communicators who are really connected to the garden community. And so if we can leverage our resources together and collaborate more effectively moving forward, I think there's a lot we can do to leverage the resources of both our organizations while keeping true to our missions, our independent missions of the two organizations. So I think it's a great future ahead of us. And I think that we will always be supporting the garden communicator community, and good things coming.
Well, there's so much intersection between our two organizations, and I just think we can help each other so much. And so I do want to say again, congratulations. NGB has certainly earned this award from Garden Communicators International, and we're so thankful for all you've done for us.
And we thank GardenComm for recognizing our organization and being so open and willing to continue to work together. So I look forward to our future. We both have very bright futures.
That we do.
That
we do.